They are known as the NFAC, an armed all-black militia. You might have seen it protests in Georgia, Kentucky, and Washington, D.C. Their stated goal, to defend the black community by any means necessary. NBC's Morgan Radford is in Atlanta. And Morgan, I know you talked to the leader of the NFAC. You got a rare look inside this movement as it tries to expand. What'd you find out?
Well, Craig, we found out that for them, this is ultimately about protection. They say that especially during the Trump administration, they felt like the government and law enforcement simply did not do enough to protect black people in this country. And so they said they're taking matters into their own hands. But what's fascinating is that this is a movement that is growing. According to the NFAC, they say they now have chapters in nearly every single state, and they also have some chapters internationally. So we decided to embed with them for a day and see exactly how they do what they do and why many of their members say they joined. Take a listen.
The sounds of war right here at home. This is the NFAC, an all-black militia with a mission to defend the black community by any means necessary.
So this is training for one of the new chapters.
Yes. Appearing by the hundreds at protests from Stone Mountain, Georgia to Louisville, Kentucky, demanding justice for police killings and countering what they believe is the threat of right-wing militias. It's a movement started in 2017 by this man, former musician and Army veteran John Grandmaster J. Johnson.
Is the movement growing?
By leaps and bounds.
We met with him outside of Cincinnati, where he says another new chapter is now in the works.
The NFAC stands for the Not Effing Around Coalition.
What's behind the name?
The NFAC was born out of the last 4 years under the Trump administration. The deterioration of racial relations in this country. It means that you're preparing yourselves to defend yourselves.
While the group's style echoes the Black Panther Party of the 1960s, their goals are distinct, focusing on defense with the ultimate goal of a black ethno-state.
What makes us so different is that our goal is our own government, our own country. A place where we can determine our own future.
Is violence an option to reach your goals?
The United States was built on violence being an option. Violence should be the last option.
Extremism experts say the group is distinct from far-right militias.
They have not risen to the level of concern of, say, the 3%ers, the Oath Keepers. They have not engaged in violence. In fact, in most of their demonstrations, they have, in fact, coordinated their activities with police.
When you talk about January 6th, and we saw those rioters storm the Capitol, what do you say to critics who say you're no different from them? They're extremists, you're extremists.
Show me where we have done those things. They've killed people. They've disrespected the government to the point where they have invaded its sacred halls. Show me where we've done those things, because we have done none of them.
We were allowed rare access to one of their training sites at a secret location in rural Georgia.
We are now driving to the NFAC training facility.
We spoke to one member who chose to go by the code name Shy to protect her anonymity.
This one is the handgun kit.
Correct, yes.
And then what do you guys do next?
We are going to the area where we practice our primary weapons firing.
Why did you decide to join this movement?
It's for the cause. Black people, we need to learn how to defend ourselves. This is definitely one way to do it.
Do you all, have normal jobs? You work in all different sectors? And
Absolutely. We're business owners, we're doctors, lawyers, we're your everyday person, anywhere from Walmart to the corporate sector.
What are you all training for?
We're training for self-defense.
A response to show they won't be scared or unprotected any longer.
Craig, it's important to note that the NFAC does not have any history of any violent crimes, but it's also important to note that Grandmaster Jay, the leader of that group, is facing federal indictment charges. Authorities allege that he pointed a rifle towards police officers during that demonstration last September in support of Breonna Taylor. He pleaded not guilty, and that case is still ongoing, Craig.
Hey, Morgan, what about the FBI? Has the FBI looked into this particular group at all?
That's a great question, Craig. We reached out to the FBI and they said they are not looking into this group specifically. Instead, they focused on groups and people who have actually committed crimes, not on specific members with specific ideologies. Craig?
Morgan Radford on the NFAC. Morgan, do keep us posted. A fascinating look.